Is Matthew 24 about the rapture, the second coming, or both? But this seems to be the sticking point for people who, they're Reformed, Calvinistic. They believe that the church is a continuation of Israel, or that the church has replaced Israel, which is not biblical. It was a man-made doctrine to try to push Israel out of the way. But God made a promise to Israel, He's going to keep it. So let's look at Matthew 24. We're going to dissect that. It's going to take about 3 videos, so I'm going to wear the same shirt so you know we're in the same context. But in Matthew 24, we see in verse 2, that's 70 AD, when one stone shall not be left upon another. So Jesus is walking them through what's getting ready to happen. In verse 3, you have 3 questions. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came privately, saying, Tell us when these things shall be, question 1. What shall be the sign of thy coming, question 2. And the end of the world, question 3. So there's 3 questions. The signs of his coming are answered in verses 1 through 8. And you're going to have the wars and rumors of wars of all that. We're seeing the footprints for that right now because God does everything decently and in order. And the end of the world, or this age, is the end of the Gentile rule, because the tribulation is the time of Jacob's trouble, when God's going to get his wife Israel back. Israel's going to repent, as Isaiah 66 and other places say they will. Israel's going to repent, and they're going to rule the nations. What nations? The sheep nations, not the goat nations. You got the sheep and goat nations when Jesus comes at the second coming. The goat nations are cast away and burned. The sheep nations get to walk into the kingdom because they didn't take the mark of the beast. They blessed Israel, and they listened to the preaching of the kingdom of heaven, the gospel of the kingdom preached by the 144,000. In verse 5 through 6, this is happening today. For many shall come in my name, deceiving people. You shall hear wars and rumors of wars. That's happening now. It's just going to escalate. Verse 7, we're on the cusp of this. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, famine and pestilence. We're right there. So the rapture is going to happen somewhere between verse 7 and 8, because in verse 8 is the beginning of the Great Tribulation, the last half of the tribulation. So the rapture happens somewhere between verse 7 and 8. And then who is verse 13 talking to? But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Those are those who miss the rapture, go through the tribulation, don't take the mark of the beast, bless Israel, or listen to the preaching of the kingdom of heaven by the 144,000 and the 2 witnesses. They are the sheep nations. They get to walk into the kingdom. So I've got to stop this one right now, but I'll get back to 1, 2, and maybe 3 to finish this up.